What up, Kane? How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm half and half. I'm half a Chevy brother. Yeah, unfortunately, I know the deal. We've been wrenching on this thing half the day. I'm just calling it a night for now. We come back tomorrow and do a few things. You see, you know, you're a quarter of the way there. Before you know it, man, you'll be all forward. My back is killing me. We've just been thrashing today. All the goodies. Got his new turbos over there. Got the heads off today. Redid the. So what was happening is he was actually lifting the head. He was lifting the cylinder head. So once we got the head off, uh, in between, in between the gasket was milky. So under boost, he was lifting the cylinder head. Bow tie till I die. Yeah, well, it might be the thing that kills you. Damn Chevys. Yeah. So he's lifting the cylinder head, and that was his problem. And you could see all that. Like I said, you could see it once we took the head off. You could and took the gasket off. You could see the milkiness in between the block and the head gasket, which is interesting. And you could see it in the ports on 3 cylinders on passenger side and 1 cylinder on the driver side was steam cleaned to perfection. What up, good time? How you doing, man? Yeah, ARP head studs are what's in it. Yeah. So we got the heads back on, torque down, got the rockers back on. We did the trunnion upgrade on the rocker arm, so we put all new trunnions in. We did that. Then tomorrow he's got a valley cover coming tomorrow that's thinner than the one that's on there, so he can run his I call them D-gas lines, so he can run the D-gas lines underneath. So yeah, made some good progress today. Tomorrow we'll do the headers and the up pipes and everything, get the turbos mounted, and put this thing back together. What up, Lone Star? Yeah, look at them there cathedrals. What up, Chris? How you doing, man? Yeah, we just wrapping up. I figured I'd jump on for a little while, talk some shit, hang out, talk about this thing. Not much going on right now. Yep, this is the one. This is the twin turbo LS Fox body. Hey, you know, I was gonna do it while we were working, but I kind of wanted to just listen to the radio and do our thing. And the wife was fixing the seat in her car, so I was back and forth between his project and the wife's project. She uh, redid the seat bottom on her car, so I was in between projects. Oh yeah, it fits like a glove. It fits like a glove in there. It ain't much wider than a 302 anyway. Yeah, this one is rowdy. It makes tons of power. That's for damn sure. But bigger turbos, he's going to turn it up a little bit. I think he's probably going to be cruising around on 18 psi, maybe, give or take, and track days, turn it up more than that. He run 840s, 842, I think it was, or 832 when he had it out. Yeah, yeah. Ford makes it, Chevy shakes it. Unfortunately. Yeah, it was in the eights, deep in the eights, and it had plenty more to go. So it's probably low eight, low eights, maybe high sevens, somewhere in there. Yeah, it runs. It runs really well. Oh yeah, yeah. He totes the wheels. He'll tote the front end when he comes off the line. It'll pick the wheels off the ground and get after it. But it run a eight. It was 832 or 842. Maybe he'll jump on in a few minutes. He just left. Maybe he'll jump on and tell us. But yeah, it was deep in the eights. I know that. We're doing this, and then the next project we're going to paint it. Give it the old Craig Schaub paint job. It'll be a scuff and shoot type situation. Yeah, he might jump on and fill us in. Oh yeah, it makes plenty of power. When the last time the last time he dynoed it, it was 1,000 to the wheel, and it had room to grow. So, oh yeah, oh yeah, it gets down, bud. It gets down. So my car should be mid nines, and we went to a car show a couple weekends ago and was fucking around on the way home, and I got into mine, you know, brake boost. He gave me the hit. He gave me the hit, and I got into mine, brake boosted mine, and just looked at him and was like, "All right, I'm going." So I went and was probably 2 cars out. And here he comes. You can just hear this son bitch just he sucked the fucking paint off the side of my car. You know, it was fun. We did it a couple times, but you when you've got three 400 more horsepower than somebody, you're definitely gonna catch them. Yeah. Well, uh, he used to do that cash days stuff when it was automatic. When it was, I can't remember. I think it was a single turbo car at one time, but he used to do cash day stuff down there. Yeah, I don't know. We just don't get out to the track much. And when he does, it's a track rental, and he does the track rental stuff and just tests. Because most of what we do is in Mexico anyway. It's a 92 Fox body. Oh yeah, yeah, me too, Chris. I remember back when 300 was good, when running 1250s was something. When you used to be able to run 1250s, or 12 O's, that was you were doing something. Back when I was a kid, you were doing something. And if you had a 10-second car, you were the fucking man. They are 709s. Yeah, stock heads. You got rained out tonight. Hi, Hank. What you doing, bud? Don't pee on the car. Hey, psst, get out of here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go on. Get. Yeah. Yeah. Smell your puppy girlfriend? Oh, you smell your puppy, girlfriend? Yep, aluminum block. That's not a CTS V1. Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that. BMW M8 is better. I mean, creature comforts, it's better for sure. Faster. It all depends on how much money you spend on it. I mean, there's some fucking wicked ass BMWs out there. I ain't gonna lie. Wicked BMWs out there. Where did he pull the LS from? Well, this is a Texas Speed motor. The original motor that was in this was out of a Tahoe or a Suburban with like 300,000 miles on it. But yeah, this is a Texas Speed motor. Well, of course it is, you jackass. It's a fucking BMW M8. Why wouldn't it be 1,000 times better? It's got all of the creature comforts, you know, anything you can think of. It's in that car, and I was a European car mechanic, and I'll tell you this: BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, Porsche, all of them are fucking trash. Every one of them trash. I worked on them for fucking 16 years. They're trash. Nice car, beautiful car, great creature comforts, but they're pieces of shit. Every one of them. What up, three wheeler? Yes, yes, and they're all fucking garbage. All garbage. They're nice, absolutely. Would I own one? Hell no. Hell no. And I sure as hell wouldn't put money into it to make it fast. Just because I used to do it. Used to work on them day in and day out. Get out of here with that BMW shit. They're good candidates for LS swaps. Yes, yes, they are. Hey, Lathan, how you doing, man? I'll give it that though. A brand new BMW is definitely far more superior than a 1990s Fox body that has been converted into a race car. Yes, absolutely. That is a fact. Got done with the farm, huh? Sweet. Somebody was telling me about that the other day about Genesis coming out with something new. I haven't seen them. We went to a we went to a car show this morning at a Kia dealer and was walking around the lot while we were at the car show looking at all the new cars and stuff. Shit's stupid. Stupid expensive. The Karma Gias, yeah. My private car is a BMW M8. All right, cool. Good for you, man. You got a little bit of money in your pocket. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't hate on them, but you're comparing apples to oranges, honestly. Valid points. I'm not saying you're not making valid points, but your argument is apples and oranges. Yeah, 330i. Yeah, yeah. I used to work on those things, man. I hated it. Hated it. Hated it. The only car you'd see with 20,000 miles on it, leaking fluids from everywhere. I remember when they did started doing the diesels in the SUVs, and they would bring them in for service. It's like first oil change, and you look underneath of it, and you're like, holy shit, what's leaking? Oil pan's leaking, power steering leaking, this is leaking, that's leaking. Holy shit, take this thing back to the dealer. Job is police work in Germany. Well, don't hit nobody with your flashlight, man. How do they call you guys, bobbies? Or is that a bobby? Is it a bobby? Bobbies? No. FE engine. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I believe so. The 330, because it falls in like the 330, 390, 352. I think it, yeah. I think they're all FE engines. And it just sits in the garage. Yeah, yeah. I know that feeling. Okay. Man, I'd love to hear you fucking talk right now. God damn. Germans, man. Jesus Christ. Du Horst mich. Fucking love it. 428, 427, yeah. Oh, don't retract your message. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens to anything you build, really. You build it, you put a bunch of money in it, you don't want to break it, you don't want to drop it because you know something's going to fucking happen. So it just sits in the garage and you're like, yeah, it looks good in there. We'll just leave it right there. Speak German, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I don't know any German. When I was a kid, uh, I had a book of German and it didn't stick. I used to know some shit when I was like 10. I could say a few words, but I don't remember any of that shit now. Man, I'm doing great, C6. How you doing, man? Berlin. Hell yeah. How old are you? How old are you? You got uh you got any chunks of that damn wall? You know the German word for noodle is noodle. Yeah. Hey, Village. What's up, man? You're up awfully late. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. The doctor's crammed enough pills in me to make me do all right. First, learn to speak German. All right, I'll work on it. I'll put that in there with my trying to learn Spanish. I was that the one that was on the. I didn't see your message, dude. I see that I've got tons of notifications from YouTube today. I've seen a bunch of people commenting on my stuff. But no, but I saw a short where he had one blow up on the dyno, and like the shrapnel went through the wall and stuff. 60, 60. I believe it's a 408. Turbo part shot like bullets. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. I saw that short. I saw that short. He's got another one where engine came apart and pieces of the engine flew through the window at the dyno and damn near took out the owner of the motor. I remember that one. I seen that one. That was a good time. I know every time I get next to these race cars, when they're getting on the two-step, my head is like, get the heck away. I do that anytime I see somebody start purging a crap load of nitrous. I'm like, yep, that intake's coming through the hood. Let me get the hell out of the way. Yeah, it's a risky business, man, when you're playing around with that stuff. But, you know, everybody praises Steve Morris and his motors, but every time I watch a damn video, it's one of Steve Morris's motors blowing up. You know, something's wrong with it. Something happened. And then he does a video on it trying to explain away, what happened to it. And every damn video I see it, of other content creators. It's like, oh, my Steve Morris motor blew up and this happened. We got a brand new Steve Morris motor and it blew up. But, you don't see all these other engine builders, you know, having this issue. It's crazy. Shit. High six, high 600 horsepower with pump gas should be easy. Should be real easy. Fuck, put a turbo on it. Put a couple turbos on it. Get it into the thousands. Don't play games with it, man. Just get after it. Forged rods, pistons, a good BTR cam. Get after it. Oh, I see Mike posted something. WTF Mike's fucking hilarious. Love that guy. Yeah, shit, 600. I mean, 600 horsepower. It should be really easy to get in a 6.0, honestly. No water heads to block. Ugh. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't know. One of these days, I'll get me a nice TKM motor or something. Really wick it up. Just need money. Need disposable income is what I need. Right now, all my money's tied up in bills. Paying off debt. Jeez. Yep. So probably maybe next month I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be taking that big single off my car and putting on because he's given me his old twins off this car. Uh, he's given them to me for helping and using the garage and such. So he's given me his old 66s. So I'm gonna take the big single off my car and do twins on mine. What up, Nathan? How you doing, man? So you get to see my car go under the knife and put the twins on it. It ought to help it. I think it ought to help it with the back pressure issue, honestly. It's just a matter of getting all the components to do it. But I think it'd be pretty sweet. Have the old twin turbskis on the old Fox body. I just got to do something about that Chevy orange. He had them powder coated. He had the housings powder coated Chevy orange, so I'm gonna have to probably get them powder coated blue or something. Or maybe lime green. I might do lime green. I'll probably do lime green. Yeah, I think lime green will look real fucking spiffy under there. Yeah, twin turbo's gonna be sweet. But, right now I've got a back pressure problem, so I really can't rev the car out where it needs to be. I should be getting damn near 1,000 more RPM out of my motor, but I can't. What's up, Vic? Hey, 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 look, your people, your people. When's it based 427? Yeah, do it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're just hanging out, dude. We've been working on this. The owner and myself have been working on this today for a little while. So we got to a stopping point and called it a night. His back was hurting, my back was hurting. So, we getting old. We getting old. We call it a night. I want to jump on and talk to everybody. Make sure everybody's doing all right. No, did my well, everybody either left at one time or I lost signal. Cat in the head for a small block forward. Yeah. What about donuts? What about donuts? I enjoy donuts. They're delicious. Unfortunately, I'm fat and I can't enjoy donuts anymore. Yeah, my problem is I'm not as active as I used to be. Used to do a lot of shit, man. Used to do a lot of hiking and camping and you know physically active stuff. I just don't do it anymore. You know, you don't use it, you lose it. Yeah. Whew. Man, this place is a hot mess. I have some cleaning up to do tomorrow. That's for sure. Fasting time, huh? So you're hungry and you're staying up late. Yeah. Dude, we don't talk politics. I don't talk politics. Really don't care. The world is going to hell in a bucket, my friend. But at least I'm enjoying the ride. Easy money. No, this is a friend's car. It's twin turbo LS car. We're doing some upgrades. Replaced the head gaskets. Did a trunnion upgrade. Doing twin turbos, bigger twin turbos. So yeah, we're just upgrading stuff. Easy money. That's what I like to hear. Is it a Camaro? No, it's a Fox body. Yeah, Bick, this is the one we did the cage in, and I fixed the back half of the car. We relocated the fuel cell underneath the car and did the floor. I put the 8.5 cert gauge in it. So this is the one you always see on the channel. Yeah. So we got his new turbos over here, and the old ones are right over there on the floor. Yeah, those are gonna go on my car. So he had everything repowder coated on his, which turned out really nice. Yeah. So I'm gonna take and put his twins on mine, get rid of that big single, and hopes to make it a little more happier. We'll see. Yeah, like I said, Vic, this your people, man. Your people. That's why I was just pointed at the motor, man. Bring all you LS guys in the house. You know. So he still had the factory rockers, so we ended up doing like I said, we did the trunnions. We did all that stuff. We replaced the head gaskets. He was actually lifting the head, Vic. He was lifting the head, and there was uh, milky oil underneath of the head gasket. So under boost, it was lifting the head, but running and stuff, it was fine. If you look, yeah, see how washed the exhaust cylinders are. Yeah, see how washed that is. Clean. 3 cylinders on this side. See the back one there is all washed. So that's what was going on with it. He suspected it, and I was like, man, I don't know. We pulled the plugs out before we took the heads off. I was like, dude, your plugs look phenomenal. And then I used the borescope and was looking down on the cylinder. I was like, man, I don't know what that is, but it looks weird. So I was like, you know what, let's pull them off. So we pulled the heads off and got a good look. And it was, oh yeah, you're lifting the head on it. Who did the wiring? He's got a Terminator X in his car. Yeah, he's got Terminator X in it. But when we go back together, I'm gonna straighten out all of his stuff for him, make it look a little more presentable. Out here, we did the inside of the car when we had the interior out doing the floor and the roll cage and stuff. We rewired the inside of his car and got everything nice and lined up and, you know, presentable. Under the dash is all nice and clean now. Everything's secured and loomed and precious. So when we go back together, I'll straighten all this stuff up for him. Well, so he had MLSs on it to begin with, but he got a better MLS head gasket that is made for boost, specifically lots of boost on LSs. So upgraded that, and what we found when we were taking the nuts off the head studs is that all of the studs were loose. So every one of them, you could shake it and take it out with your fingers. They're supposed to be hand tight, not torqued, but hand tight. So that may have been what was causing it. The loose stud in it, just enough to lift it and cause a problem. Yeah. Well, like I said, all the studs were loose, like super loose, to where you could just rattle them. And they're not supposed to be that loose, hand tight. 5 or 6 Newton meters. 7 or 8 Newton meters. But yeah, Chris, that's usually what happens. The boost is what lifts it. The boost pressure is what lifts the cylinder heads. So he got the upgraded head gaskets. We'll see what happens. It'll either happen again, and he'll have to do something else. Maybe O-ring it. Who knows? We'll see. Yep. They might end up having to do some O-ring cylinder heads on it. Who knows? It might be absolutely fine now after going to a better brand. Oh, Jesus, y'all hear that? That was my freaking knee popping. See you later, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Don't get beat up by no damn kangaroos. Bic's alright for a Chevy guy. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. It was my knee popping. I had to get up and move around. It's getting stiff. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I get up in the morning, man. I sound like I'm walking on old floorboards. Arthritis is real. But I played a lot of sports when I was a kid and got beat up pretty bad with. I played soccer when I was super young and got spiked in my knee, and it severely dislocated my knee. And I played ice hockey for a while when I was a kid and got beat up pretty good there. Wear and tear. The worst. The worst injury I sustained in my knees. We used to go out on the James River boating, and there was 3 of us sitting at the front of the boat, and the guy driving the boat hit a huge wake, and the dude sitting in front of me flew up, and I had my legs stretched across the bench seat in the front, and he landed right on both of my knees and just bent them backwards like this. Bent them both like that. You even talk about pain. Oh, son of a bitch, that hurt. Yeah. Yeah, baseball gets you. Baseball gets you good. Especially if you're a freaking catcher. Crash some WD-40. Yeah. Yeah, be like the damn Tin Man. In about 10 years, you can be like the Tin Man. You can be out there with your oil can. I'm gonna put some Zerk fittings on my knees, my elbows, and just start pumping synthetic grease into my knees. The one thing we did test the theory, right? So, you know, the word is that when you torque your rocker arms down, you're supposed to rotate the engine. You do 2, 7, 3, 5, whatever the fuck, so that the valves are closed and the cam lobe is all the way down. So there's no duress on the rocker. So we were talking about it. I'm like, well, that's the way you're supposed to do it. That's the way, whatever. And then, he's like, well, all your torquing is the bolt, right? So when you're torquing the bolt, the rocker arm's going to move, of course. So I was like, all right, well, let's test that theory. So we did number 2 cylinder here, and the front one, cam lobe down, valve closed, 22 foot-pound. Then the other side, cam lobe was up, torqued it 22 foot-pound. Rotated the engine, got the load off of that rocker, and checked the torque. Still 22 foot-pound. Did not change a damn thing. Oh, square body's in the house. I hope you just heard that statement I made. Maybe you can shine some light on that subject. Lose another hour? Ugh. I thought they were doing away with that fucking daylight savings crap. What's I was talking about rocker arm adjustments on LSs. So what I know is that when you adjust rocker arms, you're supposed to roll the motor, get the cam lobe down, and the valves closed, and then torque that cylinder to 22 foot-pound. So we did one at 22 foot-pound, lobe down, valve up, and then the other one, the lobe was up and the valve was down. So I torqued the second rocker to 22 foot-pound, rolled the engine over, took the load off of the rocker, checked the bolt, and it was still 22 foot-pound. You put the torque wrench back on it and just recheck it. Yeah. Just leave it the hell alone. Whichever one gives us the most sleep, you know. Leave it at that. In the firing order? Sure. Well, it says do two. What is it? 257 or 237 or 25, whatever. Fuck, I don't know. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But the point is, the point that I was making is that it didn't make a damn bit of difference torquing the bolt with the lobe up or the lobe down or the valve open or the valve closed. It didn't make it. The torque on the bolt was still the same. So it wasn't that it was loaded and it would change the torque on the bolt. It didn't matter because you're pulling the rocker down. You're just tightening the bolt. So it didn't change the torque on the rocker, whether it was open or closed. I've got a digital one that you can. I've got a digital one. You pull it, you start pulling it, and you get to your torque number, right? So if you go past it, it's going to show you that you went past it, and if you're before it or after it, it tells you exactly where you're at. So it's not a click off; it's a digital one. Right, without rotating, yeah. Yeah, C6. There's a lot of cool cats that are on here. I'm sure you're subscribed to most of them. Kane's one of the other. He knows the fucking deal. He's a cool cat. But, Chris Fisher's a cool cat. Southern Square Body. He's alright for a white boy. No. No, because you're taking away the torque that you applied. So loosening it wouldn't give you the result you were looking for. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you are a square body. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Are you? Every time I see you, you're in the fucking dark. Oh, thanks, Kane, for dropping links. uh, you don't you don't use a torque wrench to break bolts loose. It's bad for torque wrench. It'll supposedly it uncalibrates it. Where the hell is that at, Square Body? Never heard of it. Yeah, thanks for dropping links, Kane. That's cool, man. You guys that are moderators, man, you guys are feel free to boot anybody you want to boot. Put them in timeout, block them, stalk them. I don't care. Ah, it's a joke. Damn it. Missed it, dude. Maybe that's why I never heard about it, because, you know, I don't get jokes sometimes. Rusted Metal. How you doing, man? How you doing? We're just hanging out, talking some crap. You know. You know the deal. What about another bolt that's torqued to 30, tested at 22, and yet it's going to pop? Well, yes, it will. But if you, so if you're pulling, right, so if you're looking for, if you're looking for 22 foot-pound, and you're pulling your torque wrench, right, it should click back off at 22 foot-pound. And I understand what you're saying. You're saying back it off and retorque it. But if if your torque is 30 and you're looking for 22, of course it's gonna click off. But I mean I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But, let's grease on my shit. So this is what I've got, right? I don't really like using the digital shit, but this is what I had. Right? I bought a $30,000 toolbox and I got a 3/8 drive and a 1/2 inch drive digital. Yeah. Yeah, you got to spend a lot of money to get one of these things. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one does. This does inch pounds. It does angles, all that shit. It does everything you could think of that a torque wrench probably shouldn't do. Yep. Degrees. Yeah, it does degrees, so you can dial it all in. You know, it's pretty neat. It's nice. The 1/2 inch one's really nice. That one's at work, but when I use them at work, I use the click offs. 6.0. Newton meters. Newton meters, inch pounds. You know what drives me crazy? It drives me absolutely nuts. Is when people say pound feet. All right? Pound feet. And if you look at any damn torque wrench, it's foot pounds. And people correct you. No, it's pound feet. Whoa. Is it? Because every damn torque wrench I've ever looked at is foot pounds. Shit, when we do when we do turbo couplers on the tractors at work, they have to be inch pounds, and I've got a cute little inch pound torque wrench because when we write up our warranty stories, it has to state if it's anything that has a torque spec, we have to state the torque spec and what we put it at, so that when it gets submitted for warranty, the warranty committee will look at it and be like, oh, well, he torqued that to the wrong torque spec, and they'll actually call the truck back and say, hey, you need to fix this. Ah, Luke Duke's in the house, huh? Duke Luke. Yeah. Inch pounds on rear end yokes. Fuck all that. Half-inch impact gun and turn it till it feels good. Ah, that's good. I use a breakaway, is what I use. This is an old Craftsman, but I use a breakaway. I use a breakaway when I do rears, when I set up pinions. That's what I use. This is an old Craftsman that's just hanging out, but I've got one that's a snatch on. And that one is somewhere in a case in here somewhere. It's a quarter inch drive. Yeah, because it's the breakaway you're looking for on a pinion, which is 10 to, what is it, 8 to 10, 10 to 16 or some shit, depending on what rear you're doing. So you're looking for the breakaway. Torque isn't really relevant because you're setting your preload, but it's the breakaway you're after. You put a post. I put up a post dollar bill on my YouTube channel. Prediction. Okay, what the hell are you talking about? 10 to 18 on Chevys. Yeah, I think I got it written down. I think it's 8 to 12 on a 8.8. I got it written down somewhere. Wherever the hell that little torque wrench is. Oh, there it is. 16 to 28. Yeah. 16 to 28 on an 8.8. Well, Ford rules. Chevy boys drool. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, everybody. I'm gonna get my old ass in the bed. 6 to 10 on backlash. Well, actually, I'm not gonna get in the bed. I'm actually eat some dinner, take a shower, and then crawl my old tired ass in the bed. I appreciate y'all stopping in and hanging out, man. Y'all take it easy. Stay out of trouble. Kane, you know the fucking deal, bro. Take it easy. Thanks, y'all.